This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so let me start the session. Yeah, the thing is, all you want to do, follow this document and try to complete all these steps. Okay, so by this time, I assume you already registered for the developer edition account, which is free, and also you know how to log in. We need to go to this login.salesforce.com and log in. Okay, so let's continue with the understanding. So yesterday we discussed about, so once we log into Salesforce, right? First, let me log into Salesforce. To log in, we need to go to login.salesforce.com. So this is the username for this class account. So click on login. Once we log in, so whatever we see, we call that as lightning experience. We have the old experience also. You can click on view profile and click on switch to Salesforce Classic to see the old experience. But mostly we need to work with the lightning. Okay, we work with the lightning experience, and also we understood how we deal with the company information, right? So in which server this company got the server space. So the users, by default Vera is one of the user, and also Vera can create many other users because Vera is a system admin, like a super user. Those things we discussed, right? Let's go back to that notes. And right, so this is how, right? So how the project starts and what are the step by step things will happen in the background. So Vera is the Apple company head, and Vera and his team, so they are exploring Salesforce. They registered for the free account, and they are exploring these applications. Okay, so once any company, if they register with Salesforce, so whatever they get, we call that one as production. Apple company, they have Salesforce CRM production. Okay, so where this is located in one of the Salesforce server. So yesterday we discussed how to see all those things, right? So now we have the space in one of the server. So now still we need to explore. Let's understand about the applications, and the next steps I'll explain, right? So they'll be having requirements, but we should not work for those requirements directly in the production. Okay, so we have a sandbox concept. So all those things we'll discuss later. Okay, so now today let's explore about uh, the applications. Okay, so today I think these dates are wrong. I'm just trying to give the date also. Each day, whatever we are discussing, we are keeping here. Today we are going to discuss about CRM apps. So first we start with marketing and understand, and next sales, and also service about these applications. So first we need to log into Salesforce. Already we logged into Salesforce, and to see the applications, okay, so you need to click on App Launcher. App Launcher means so if you see here, you are seeing App Launcher. You need to click on this one, and you can click on View All, or you can search for the application. So click on View All, and if you see all these are the applications. I'm choosing marketing CRM, this application. Okay, so now, so this is the application. Okay, so the marketing team of Apple company, daily they log into Salesforce and open this application and start using this application. Okay, so as part of the marketing, already we discussed it, right? As a in the CRM process, when they launch any product or service, they have to start with the campaigning. They have to give the advertisements. So to track, right? Um, so what is the budget they are spending for the advertisement? What is the starting date, ending date? Who is running that campaign? To capture all that information, so they need a table, right? So if you see here, this is the application name, and here whatever you are seeing, so these things we call as tabs. So all these are the tabs. So what will happen when you click on a particular tab? I'm clicking on campaigns tab. Okay. Internally, this tab links to a table. Okay. Table is nothing but some data, right? So in general, table means, so we know, right? So some table like this, right? On day to day also we use tables, right? So there can be multiple tables we need, right? Maybe to maintain different information. So for example, here, uh, name, right? So maybe name and maybe email address and mobile number, something to store. Okay, so maybe this is one table, right? So let's say some name, right? So email address and this is one row in the table, right? In the same way, different, right? So some information, multiple rows will be there. So if you see here, this is the name of the column, right? This is the name of the column, and all these are the rows. Okay, technically in Salesforce we don't say table as table. Okay, so we use a different terminology.
terminology, terminology.
I think someone is not in mute. I think Banu. So I think by default, please stay on mute. I think Bindu. Yeah. So if you have any questions, you can ask. Otherwise, by default, stay on mute. Okay. Right. I mean, what I'm trying to say, in Salesforce table, we don't really say as table. We use the terminology. We call table as object. On day-to-day basis, I'll start saying as object. Okay. All you need to understand, object is nothing but the table, right? It's like a table. Okay, so here in table we say column name, right? This is one column, this is one column, this is one column, this is the name of the column, right? So all these are the names of the columns, and this entire thing is a row, right? So here columns, in Salesforce we call columns as fields. Okay, we'll say columns as fields. One column is equal to one field. And also here we say this as a row in a table. Each and every row we say as row. So here we call that one as record. Okay, just terminology we need to understand. Okay, and also to see this table, right, in general we need to write some queries to see the data present in the database table. Okay, here we don't write any query. We have the user interface, means from the web page, right? So here we have a tab. If you see, I'm saying this one as a tab. When you click on this tab, Salesforce already they write logic. So already they have the logic implemented here. So as soon as we click on this campaign, some background logic will execute and it will pull the data present in the campaign table. So that's what will happen. But who created this table? We registered here 2 days back. We did not create any table so far. So the thing is, when we register with Salesforce, by default they provide some tables. Tables means objects. Okay, so the predefined tables, the predefined applications as a ready-made they offer, right? Those things we are exploring. Going forward, we'll also see how we create a custom table, all those kind of things. Okay, just understand. Already when we registered, they are providing a table. Already they created and they are providing that as a ready-made table. Okay, I'm just clicking on this one and it will Salesforce only they have the logic provided by default. When we click here, it will execute some logic. It will pull the data from the campaign table and display here. So now if you see in this table, we are only seeing the columns. There are no rows. Okay, the thing is instead of showing all the records in a table, right? When you have many records, let's say you have 10,000 records or 1 million records. All 1 million records we cannot see at a time, right? It's too much. Maybe they show 10 records like that. Also, I don't want to see all 1 million records, right? I have some criteria to see. For example, I want to see if the email is from Gmail. I don't want to see Yahoo or Hotmail or other emails. Okay, I can apply some filter so that only those rows it will show. So like that. So here we have list views. So these things we call as list views. Instead of by default pulling everything from the table and displaying, so here we create the list view and add some filters so that as per that criteria only they'll show the records. Okay, so now if you see recently viewed, that's the list view selected. There's nothing. Recently I did not see anything here. This user Vera is the logged in user, so we did not see anything. That's why it is not showing. But who created this? Because this is a standard table from Salesforce, right? By default they only provide these views. Also, if you want, we can create new views, new list views. I'll show you going forward. Okay, so now I am choosing this all active campaigns, this view, and see, we can see some records, right? So if you see now in this table, so we are seeing some rows. So technically here we call this as records. Okay, so now this entire thing is a table, but in Salesforce we call this as object. Okay, in the table, each and every column, campaign name, start date, end date, all those are columns. But in Salesforce terminology, we call those things as fields. Okay, just those things we should know. And also we say rows. This is one row, right? Multiple rows. In Salesforce, we call this one as a record. One record, a second record, third record, like that. Just a basic basic terminology. So we should know. Okay, so just understand that. So now, who created these rows? We did not create. But in general, whenever we register for the developer edition account, by default, Salesforce, they also provide the sample data. So by default, they loaded and they are providing this data. If we don't want, so really Apple company, when they registered, they also get data like this. What they'll do, they'll delete and create. So as per their business. Okay. So just understand now in this table, if you want to see each and every row information, each and every record information in detail, right? Maybe this row, right? So might have, maybe here we are seeing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns. There can be 60 or 100 columns. Technically in this table view, this place in our screen, this place is not sufficient. If you want to see more details, so we can click on a particular row to see all other columns information. Okay, here I am clicking on this row. We call this as record. Okay, record, and now you are seeing one campaign record, one record of the campaign table, nothing but row, right? But here you see on top, we call that one as highlights panel. The key fields, whatever the most important fields means columns, right? So whatever the most important fields they want to see, so we configure here. Okay, but who configured? By default, Salesforce configured and provided. Going forward, the Apple company, if they decide they want to show some other columns here, right? Columns means fields, right? We have to configure. So our job will be like that only. Apple company, they will be having requirements. As an administrator, as a developer, we need to understand their requirement and configure and develop and provide. Okay, so the Salesforce is, you know already, Salesforce includes administration and development, right? It's not like we directly go and do the development. The thumb rule when we work with Salesforce, the first priority is for the configuration. Configuration means point and click. We don't write any code. With point and click only we achieve. That is called as configuration, or we call as administration. Okay, few requirements we cannot achieve. We cannot achieve with the point and click. So that time we need to do the development. We need to write some logic and develop. Okay, that's the development part. Okay, we call as customization. Okay, administration or configuration. People use configuration or administration. Both are same. And the other terminology for development or customization. Okay, and that's why we cannot directly do development without knowing some basic understanding about the administration. Okay, so now coming back what we are discussing, we opened one of the campaign record. On top we are seeing the key fields, and if you click on details here, you see all other fields. Okay, so Vera showing that Vera is the owner of this record, and there are many other fields. Campaign name, this is the name of the campaign. Top customers campaign something. This campaign is active. Type of the campaign, direct email, status completed. This is the sample data provided by Salesforce. Start date, end date, campaign, revenue, everything. Okay, so this we are at present we are seeing the record in the campaign table. In case if I want to modify this one, right? I want to modify this, you can modify. To modify, top right, this we call as buttons. So technically we call as actions. Okay, so we can say buttons or we can say quick actions. Okay, so we use the buttons terminology, but people say quick actions. That is also same. Okay, so here we have edit. When you click on edit, so you are seeing that information in edit mode. Edit means we can modify this information, right? So active type, I want to change this type, right? What are the other options we have? Direct email, sorry, direct mail, email, telemarketing. Let's say I'm changing to email. But how we are getting these values? By default, Salesforce, they provided these values as part of their CRM product, CRM application marketing. Okay, but Apple company, the business, so they decided to have the other values. Maybe they want to remove some of these values. They want to add a few more different values. It's possible. That is our job. Our job will be like that only, right? When you join as administrator, so as per requirement, right? We have to achieve all those things. We will configure going forward. First, we are exploring. Slowly, we'll understand how we delete, how we create new value. All those things we'll see. Okay, so just understand. You can modify, and finally you can click on save, so that the record will be modified. Right? We don't write any command. So from the user interface, from the web page, with point and click only we are doing and saving. Salesforce take care of saving that in the database. Okay, so this is like how we see the record, how we modify. Right now, let me again click on this campaigns tab. Right, tab is nothing but it's linked to a table. As soon as we click on this one, some logic will execute. It pulls the data from database table and display here. These are the views to filter out the table records. Okay, so if you click here, you are seeing all records, and also you can pin it every time when you click on this. If you observe, you see this recently viewed, right? But I want to see all active campaigns every time. You can pin it, so that way if you go back to some other place and again if you click on this campaign, you see now by default it is selecting like that. Okay, so now what I want to show you, how we create a new campaign. Okay, let's say Apple company, right, marketing employees of the Apple company, they log in and they want to create a campaign. So let's say they are launching new iPhone, let's say iPhone 16. Okay, they want to start the campaign. So what they'll do, they'll click here and they can create a new campaign. Click on new button here, new, and if you see campaign name, so here they give some name relevant to that. Something like this I'm giving, right? So maybe I don't want to make it active now, maybe later. It's possible, right? Let's say I'm not activating, just I'm choosing and I'll activate later, really when I start this, like that, right? And also here, let's say email marketing for all existing employees of the Apple. They want to send, let's say, email campaign status. planned in progress. Say I'm planning. Yes, so start date, let's say starting from tomorrow until the next month. So expected revenue in the campaign, budget cost in campaign. So how much they are going to spend for this email marketing. So let's say 10K. 10K means 10 three zeros. So here in Salesforce, right, when we enter, we can use some short forms. So 10,000, instead of typing those many zeros, if you say K means 1000. Automatically Salesforce will add, right? I just entered K, and if you keep the cursor somewhere, you see automatically they add, right? The same way, let's say I want 1 million. M means 1 million. Okay, Salesforce will automatically add it. Let's say the budget is 100K. Okay, so what is the expected revenue due to this campaign? How much revenue? Let's say all existing iPhone users, some of the people always they upgrade their phone to new phone, right? So maybe, so they're expecting 10 million as revenue. Okay, so like that, right? But their budget is this much, but actually how much they spent? Let's say they spent only 70K. I mean, this is planning as a marketing person. So those users they log in and they do all these things. Okay, description. First campaign for the existing Apple users, something like that. Save it. Okay. So now if you see, right, one record is created in the campaigns table. This one we created, right? So what is this related? So related is now it is too early. So we can establish the relationship between the tables. Okay. So example, uh, the other not campaign, maybe other example. Let's say if you take one company, right? Any let's say Apple company. Let's say there are 10,000 employees in Apple company. Okay, so the company name is Apple. And what is the connection between Apple and the employees of the Apple? So they maintain all the employees, maybe the direct employees, maybe they have contractors, maybe they have different categories, right? So they maintain different tables, and under one company there can be multiple employees. So that way we establish parent-child relationship. In detail, I'll explain. Okay, for now, I don't want to complicate making understanding. So we'll see when we discuss about the relationships. Okay. So for now, focus on this table. So this record we created. Now I want to modify. Okay. To modify, you can click on this edit, or the other way to modify. If you see here, you are seeing pencil icon. All I need to do, I want to activate this. From here also you can modify. Click on edit, select that and save. Like this also you can modify. Okay, so just understand. And also, let's say I created, but there is a delay with this releasing this phone. Maybe somehow I want to delete this. They are planning this next month. They don't want this now. I want to delete. You can delete. Okay, so again, here, click on this, and you see all this. You are seeing delete button. So click on delete. Sorry, if you want to delete, yes, delete, deleted. Right? This is how we can delete the record. Okay, again, I changed my mind. Let's say again they want this, somehow they want to have that whatever the record is deleted, again they want to bring that record back. So that is possible. So the deleted records will be there in the recycle bin. How to access recycle bin? To access recycle bin, so we need to click on this app launcher. Click on app launcher, and here if you see, search for recycle. Okay, we are seeing recycle bin. Click on recycle bin, and if you see here, this is what we deleted. You can choose this, and you can restore. And also here one important point: forever the records won't be here. Once you delete the record, do you think it will be there forever? No. Okay, so there is a limitation here. Okay, there is some rule they are applying. The deleted records will stay in the recycle bin only for 15 days. Okay, once you delete the record, before until 15 days you can come here and restore. Once you delete and if it cross 15 days, you don't find this record here. Okay, that is one of the limit. Okay, so I mean, so like that we'll see many limits. Okay, the reason is, so yesterday if you remember, we got space in one USA some number, right, in one of the server. The server means like this. In this we got space, some place we got here, that company. So now this server, right, the power whatever is supplied to this server, whatever software user for this server, everything, not only Apple company, the other companies also, they have space here, right? So let's say something happens to this server, let's say some power failure or something, all customers whoever having Salesforce account here, they will suffer, right? So it's like that. I mean, it's like we say we are sharing this server with other companies also. Okay, now the thing is, let's say Apple company, if you develop something with very bad approach or in a bad way, if you code it, and if you code badly, and if it is taking more power or more uh, time it is executing something by using the software whatever is available in this server, the other companies whoever is having space in the server, they'll also suffer, right? So I mean, any cloud computing related thing, mostly you will see some limits they enforce to avoid impacting the other companies who are using from the same server. Okay, I mean, we call that as multi-tenant architecture. Okay, tenant means who stay for rent, right? Multi-tenant means this server, multiple companies, they are paying to Salesforce and having some space here, right? So I mean, we have limits. Okay, whatever the limit I am explaining is one limit. Going forward, there are many other limits. I'll explain when we reach that topic. Okay, so technically we call these as governor limits. Okay, governor limits. Sometimes we need to remember these limits. Okay, and also these limits will change release to release, right? Version to version. So at present, the Spring 24 version is going on. Right? Yesterday we saw that. Okay, so I mean, where to see? You can search in Google, right? How many days deleted records there in Salesforce? I'm just searching. Okay, you see 15 days. It's correct, but we should not rely on some websites, right? If you see this address, it's not from Salesforce. Now it is correct. Maybe whoever is maintaining this blog, they might not update after 5 years. Maybe after 5 years, it can be maybe 7 days only. Okay, I mean, if you want to see exact limits, so when you search like this, you see some URLs like help.salesforce.com. So if you open these websites are officially from Salesforce. Okay, here you will see up to date information. Okay, so I think this is some other article. Yeah, in general, they are saying you may have to switch to classic to then 15 days. Okay, in general, I mean, this is not the correct article. So in the documentation, so if you search, let me maybe go to that website only. So help.salesforce.com is officially from Salesforce. Okay, here recycle bin limits. Just searching. Okay, you can trust this website. Okay, I'm just opening that article, and somewhere, I mean, we need to just spend some time to find out. Uh, yeah, but we have to read and understand. Okay, so but basically, when you search in Google, sometimes directly you'll see this article from Salesforce only. So those things we can believe more. Okay, yeah. So that's about this. Let's come back and let me restore here. Click on restore. So now go back to the campaign. Now if you see that Apple, so this iPhone 16, it is there. You can click on that one. You can see this information, right? So this is how they configure. Okay, so just understand. And any questions so far? This is a campaign table. So once, right, so after creating the campaign, what is the next process? I mean, they conduct the real campaign. Okay, they'll send email to all existing customers. Okay, maybe Apple company, right? How they find all existing customers? Okay, if you see contacts, in contacts, all existing customers information will be there. Okay, they'll use that information and send email. Okay, or maybe they might be having, I mean, Apple company, they might not only be using Salesforce, right? They use many other applications, SAP or maybe .NET, Java applications also. Okay, I mean, based on their process, they'll send email and they get some responses to the email, right? Let's say before starting this batch, right, I sent email. I also sent email to all old students. Few people responded to my email. Okay, so I mean, maybe I'm not directly expecting reply. Maybe I shared a registration link. They opened that registration form and filled that form, and that information is captured into this lead. Okay, I mean, uh, if you see, okay, anyway, that link I don't have here. Yeah, I mean, you registered, right? In one of the form, you opened and entered your email address. I'm also capturing that in the lead. Okay, lead is this one. Okay, so yesterday I opened my Salesforce account, right? If I log into my account in leads, all of your information is there. Okay, like this. Okay, now this is a different class arc, right? Here, so all the leads will be captured here. If you see, I think this one I am seeing newly. This blue color one, it was not there. I think in new version they added this. Okay, now if you see, all these are the leads. Okay, so my leads maybe. Okay, let me open one of the lead, right? This is a leads table, but who created? When we register with Salesforce, by default they load some sample data. That's why you are seeing. Okay, so lead, what is lead? Whoever responds to the advertisement or campaign, right? So let's say I sent email to 1,000 people. Okay, let's say I got response from only 50 people, right? So whoever is responded, so all their information is there in the lead, right? Lead is nothing but some interest. Really, they are not customers. Just they're responded. Maybe they need so maybe they need Salesforce training. So that's why they responded, right? Let's say, I mean, in my case, I got 50 leads information. Is all 50 people joined in this demo? No, few people did not join, right? So we cannot say all leads are like potential customer. Lead is like just someone showing some interest. That's it. But when this lead becomes maybe the customer, potential customer means maybe more chance of maybe showing interest and purchasing the service or product, right? So yeah, that will be like you joined my demo, right? So all of you are potential customers for me, right? What I'll do, I'll convert you as lead and right, contact and opportunity. I'll show you. I mean, what is that account opportunity? I'll explain. Yeah, let me open the lead so that you'll understand how it looks. Okay, lead. Okay, and here you are seeing the name, right? So the first name, last name. This lead is from which company? Let's say few people joined through some company. Their company asked you to join this training, so they registered and they are attending, right? So I capture that company information also, company and that company email address and phone number, all these details, right? Lead is nothing but the response to the advertisement. Okay, so lead includes the person who responded, the person first name, last name. Okay, these are not personal details as a employee of that company, right? Let's say one of the person, he is from one of the company in different technology, but they want to provide Salesforce training and maybe keep that person in other project. So I mean, they'll register and I capture that person information and company information and everything. Lead will be having both person information and their company information. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, so and also if you see what is the this lead, right? So once the lead is created, right, that means somehow they are looking for Salesforce training. Okay, so maybe initially when lead is created, status open not contacted, right? That means lead is generated. I need to work. So for me, what is the work? I'll say when they when they call and when they chat, I'll give information. When is the demo and all those things, right? Okay, they are showing a little bit interest. So maybe yeah, I'll say right. So this okay working. Okay, so but so when we say this lead is I mean showing further interest, so really they started talking about in case of Apple company. So let's say Costco is company, they want 10,000 Apple 16 iPhones, right? So they responded and they are showing other interest like they are asking for quotation or other things. So what they'll do, they'll convert that as a closer converted and because they are asking for the price and all other things. So we'll say lead closed and this can be converted into potential customer. That means what they'll do here, click on this button and we have a button called convert. Click on convert. Okay, so maybe in my case you are attending my demo, right? So you are like potential customers for me. So what I'll do, I'll open each lead and click on convert. Okay, so what is your company? There is any company. So this company information it will capture into account, right? Here in Salesforce CRM, account is nothing but the company. So let's say you are from let's say TCS company, right? So let's say you are 4 people join this training from TCS company. So I opened one lead and that company, right? I mean, just assume that, and I'll just convert so that it creates a TCS account, right? Account is nothing but the company information, the company address, and maybe phone number, maybe right the details of the company, and also the contact is like who joined from that company, the person first name, last name, email address, maybe company email address and mobile number, all those things will be captured into contact. Okay, so here contact is nothing but the person, the employee who is working in that company, right? Let's say from TCS 4 people joined and so I'm converting one lead. It creates a TCS account and the one of the person who is joined from TCS, that information it capture here, and also it creates a opportunity. So opportunity is nothing but a deal, right? Why? So I mean, why he responded? So what is the purpose he responded? He wants Salesforce training, right? So which training? He want admin or development or maybe any other course, right? Let's say you want both admin and development. I'll say admin plus development, right? So it's like a deal, right? Convert. So next time again, if I open one more lead and that lead also belongs to the same company, I'll say right, choose existing. I'll choose existing company. Okay, and so that it creates the contact for same company under same company. and again it's a deal for me, right? Maybe 4 people are joining. I don't know all 4 people they join or not. Let's say 3 people they want to join, but one person don't want to join. Okay, so I mean all those things I'll deal here. Opportunity, right? So now if I convert, it creates account, contact, and opportunity. Convert, right? It's created account, contact, and opportunity. So that is what in marketing people they'll do, right? Once account, contact, and opportunity is created, they are potential customers. Then the sales team they will come into picture. So they will see all opportunities. Opportunity is nothing but deal. Sales people they'll try to convince, right? And try to close the opportunity successfully. Okay, so that's the sales part. Okay, I mean now I converted, um, and if you want you can open. Let's say I'm opening that account. Okay, so account, and if you see from the lead, all the company information is captured here. Okay, and again under this account, if you see related, because under one account there can be multiple contacts. Right? This person is one of the contact. Again, under from one company, multiple opportunities also will be there, right? So all those things you can see as related. And this is a account. I think I'll show you all these things in sales application. Yeah, mostly marketing people they'll do these things. So that's the marketing application. Okay, let me switch to sales application and show you how it looks. Okay, in Salesforce, so application is nothing but the link to different tables, right? Mostly, if you choose marketing application, so marketing people on day-to-day basis, which tables they interact more, which data they see more, all those things is provided as tabs here. So they see campaigns, they see leads, they see contacts, opportunities, these things on day-to-day basis. So all these are available in this application. Okay, so if I click on this app launcher, this one we call as app launcher. So I'm opening sales. Mostly sales team, they use the sales application. So what is the difference you see? Everything is same, only the difference is the tabs what you see here, these will be different. Because sales team mainly they work with the opportunity. Opportunity is nothing but a deal, right? So they try to talk to the customers and they need to close the opportunity successfully. Okay, so whatever frequently sales team they use, all these tabs are here for this application. In the same way for service, they see different tabs. Okay, technically, if you see in marketing application also opportunities tab is there. In sales application also opportunities tab is there. Both are same tables. I mean table is same. Okay, so it's like it's like pin here to look into opportunity table. In marketing application also they have, because they also see opportunities. But technically the table is same in the background. Okay, so in marketing or in sales, if you open this opportunity and see whatever the records we see, same records you see. Okay, so just understand. Only just it's like on frequently basis what they want to see, they keep here as tabs. Other than that, nothing. Marketing, sales. So these are like only the difference with these tabs what we see here. Okay, technically the database table will be same If you see here and other application, both will be same. Just understand that point. Okay, so now let me open one opportunity. Right, this is one of the opportunity. Looks here, looks like this, and right, what is the amount generated? Right, so how much? So let's say $500 or whatever based on the product or service. Okay, in my case, I'm not selling any product, right? My business, the training, it's a service. I'm not giving anything to you, right? I'm just teaching, providing service, and so I'm charging for my time, right? Apple company, they are not providing service, they are providing a product, right? You pay money and you get product and use that. So it's like that. I mean, client to client, some clients maybe they offer services, some clients they offer products. So yeah, so here what I'm trying to say, so for that service or product, how much they are charging, that is the amount here. And also they might keep some target, right? So the close date. So maybe for my opportunity, right? Let's say you join demo, and for me, what is the close date until all these demos completed? So let's say, um, right? So this is the date. Okay, after that date, so if you are interested to join, okay, I'll say yes. If you see stage, so different stages, maybe quotation, I mean, maybe complex products, they follow all these cycles. Okay, negotiation and review. Closed one means, yeah, you join, just closed one. If you don't join, I'll say closed lost, right? Opportunity can be won or lost. If you don't join, okay, lost. Money won't be generated. If you join, you'll pay some fee and money will be generated. Same thing. Apple. If you go to shop and you inquire and see, finally, if you don't buy, they won't get money. If you buy, they'll get money. It's like that. So that's the opportunity. Okay, you see all these stages based on the company to company, based on their business, all these things we have to configure and provide. But these are the default things. This is about the opportunity. Okay, any questions on this opportunity so far, whatever we discussed? Okay, so the next thing, right? What is the next phase? Let's say Apple iPhone they sold, right? So, but there is a repair with iPhone. Screen is not working. There is a sound problem, something like that. So that time, right? Directly they can, if that phone is under warranty, they can directly reach out to Apple. I mean, Apple Servicing Center. They'll create a case, right? Case is nothing but, right? So your question or anything, whatever the service you want, they'll create a case, and maybe it can be a defect or it can be some other thing. Let's say you are asking for a bill, right? They'll create a case and provide and close it. It's like that. So to provide the service, they maintain a different department, support representatives, service representatives. Okay, I'm just opening the service application. So now if you see here, so you are seeing, so accounts tab, so contacts tab and cases tab and all these tabs. So service people mostly they deal with the cases, right? Case is nothing but like a service request. Okay, so click on cases and I'm choosing all open cases. Okay, and this is sample data they provided. Okay, I'm opening one of the case. Just read one case and understand. For case, you see details right side. It's a new case, priority low. So low or high. So based on the problem, right? So also the case is what is the origin of the case they called or you mailed or different options. Okay, and what is the problem? The subject. I think maybe here wiring installation, right? So maybe they are asking for installation. I mean, this is some random, not Apple, right? So it's some random test data. Okay, and also description, all those can be maintained here. Okay, so just understand the case is nothing but a service request. Support representatives, they see here, they'll track here. So once after solving their problem, so they'll mark this one as closed. Okay, I mean, to close it again. So there is a different process. Okay, company to company, so they follow different process. Okay, okay, so that's about this case. Okay, so any questions on this? No questions. Okay, yeah, now so far, right, at present at high level we understood, so what are these applications and how we deal with this. Okay, just it is very high level. Okay, in detail we'll slowly topic by topic, that time we'll discuss more. Okay, so now let's go back and just we discussed about this one. Now Apple company they registered and they explored about all these applications. So now they cannot use these applications as it is. So let's say they have different requirements. So maybe example, let's say case, when they click on the case, they are seeing this status, new working escalated. Okay, they want some other status, rejected or something. That is one requirement, right? So like that, they will be having different requirements for their business to run properly. Okay, so assume that um, total they have identified requirements like that 100 requirements, but Apple company, I think here I have listed, they don't have direct employees who can work for those requirements, right? So they invited some service-based companies. Infosys is the company they won the bidding, and for Apple software company, Apple company, Infosys is like a implementation partner, meaning since the Apple company directly they don't have the employees who can configure or develop the Salesforce application, they are giving that project to Infosys. They pay to Infosys. Infosys they recruit some employees and so those employees work for those projects. Okay, so assume that Sai and Murali, these people are from Infosys, or maybe many other people, right? So as a team, they work. So maybe in the team, Infosys, maybe let me add a few more users. Let's say Pawan is one more employee. So let's say Sai and Murali, they do the admin development work. Pawan is for testing purpose QA, right? Maybe manager, they allocate some manager. So let's say Sai is the manager. And so they need to work for Apple company, right? So now, so let's say Sai is the manager and lead. Okay, uh, they will join for meetings and understand about these 100 requirements. So then they'll start working on those requirements based on their understanding. Okay, now just to check, right? So any one of you, are you new to software? Anyone you are like so far you did not work in any project or in a software job?
I'm new, sir. I'm from civil background.
Okay, so far you did not work for any software job, right?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. So now for you especially, if you are already working, okay, we know the process in the projects, how it works. So for you, maybe you don't know. So let's say, right, like this when the project starts. Okay, so this team, they need to work for all these 100 requirements. Okay, they'll, let's say in general, right, in software, in the projects, we don't work for all the requirements at a time. Okay, for the projects, companies, they follow some process, right? The software development life cycle, the process what they follow uh, will be different. Okay, so in most of the companies nowadays, they follow agile process. Okay, so agile is nothing but, I mean, this is nothing related to Salesforce. Okay, either you work for Salesforce or Java or .NET or any other technology, the process is when there are requirements for a project, we don't directly work for all 100 requirements for 1 year and deliver after 1 year. Olden days it used to be like this. Okay, so but now most of the companies, they follow agile process. Okay, agile process means they work in sprints. Yeah, 100 requirements, right? So all those requirements, they don't work at a time. As part of the agile process, they'll divide that one as a sprint, right? So sprint 1, sprint 2, sprint 3, until they complete working on all these requirements. Because a sprint is nothing but one release. Okay, mostly as per the agile process, based on the company to company, the standard is 2 weeks. Okay, so companies, once in 2 weeks, they release the new requirements, whatever they work, they develop and release. Okay, 2 weeks is the time, right? Each sprint is like 2 weeks. It's like one release. Okay, so just to understand. So let's say in sprint 1, how many requirements, right? Based on this team size, they decide how many requirements they can work. So let's say they took 5 requirements, right? They work for 5 requirements. Maybe first week development, second week testing. It's not meaning that second week as a developer we don't do anything. This QA, right? QA means quality assurance testing. They'll raise bugs. We need to fix and work, right? We'll be having work both weeks. So 1 week for development, 1 week is for testing. So like that we follow. Okay, like that we take and work, take and work. Maybe second sprint, maybe let's say it took 5 more requirements or maybe 6 requirements. Some requirements might be taking more time, less time. Like that we work. Okay, just understand. And also the next question, where we maintain these 100 requirements, do we maintain in Excel? a document. Okay, nowadays in the software companies, for this also they use some softwares, the project management softwares. Okay, so if you are new to software, Jira, I mean maybe so company to company they use different software tool. Okay, so Jira is one of the tool to maintain the projects, right? Let's say Apple, for Infosys company, Apple is the client, right? So maybe what they'll do, Infosys company, they maintain Jira, and for Apple company Salesforce project, they will add all those 100 requirements in that, and they'll assign. Okay, so I mean, if you are new to software, so little bit just try to maybe register, and if needed register and just explore. Okay, so that is what I recommend. I think this is free. Use your email address, maybe I think free for up to 10 users. I think it is free for forever. Okay, let me log in and show you. Okay, so that you know the entire process, how the project starts. I mean, some companies, okay, so they might use some other tools, okay, but Jira is one of the famous tool to maintain the requirements. Yeah, so I mean, this is nothing related to Salesforce, right? For other technology also same thing. Um, okay, I'm just I'll show you how it looks. Okay, so all requirements, they create a project in this Jira, and all requirements they capture here, and also we have options to assign those requirements to different users, different, right? Let's say in our case, Pavan, Murli, and Sai, we can mark one requirement assigning to Sai, the next requirement we can assign to Murli, like that. Okay, so here all those things will be maintained. Okay, so here this is the process, Agile process. Okay, just using now project, right? So far no project is there. I'm just giving the project name as Apple Salesforce CRM. So that is the project, and create the project. Okay, so skip. This is how. Okay, so now we don't have any requirements. So, and also you have a concept called backlog. Okay, so all the requirements related to the project we create under backlog. All 100 requirements will be initially under backlog. Okay, maybe you will say, uh, I mean, just I'm just saying add new status rejected case. That's the one of the requirement. Add new list value for the case status. Oh, this is issue. Okay, let me create a. But in general, right? I mean, as a developer, we don't create this. Okay, you'll see some Scrum Masters, product owners, those people, business analysts, those people, they create this. Okay, so here just I'm trying to find. Okay, one issue is created. Okay, so like that, keep on multiple 100 requirements we add here. And also, if you see, we can open this. Um, so this is one requirement. We can also add more details, and we can also assign, right? Assign. It's not assigned to anyone. All other colleagues you'll see here will assign to that particular person, and they'll start working. I mean, that is how the project starts. Okay, so we'll be getting through some software like Jira, and we'll work. After 2 weeks, again we'll take next to 6 requirements like that, right? But now the question is where to work. Let's say uh, Murali is one person, right? Developer. So he got one requirement. So where to work? Directly he log into Salesforce CRM Apple production and work? No. So we should not directly work in the production. Okay. Production is a live environment where all Apple employees they log in and use the application, right? When we work for the requirement, we should not work in the live environment production. Okay. In general, what happens in most of the projects, we create the sandboxes. So I think yesterday I showed you from the developer edition account, we cannot create the sandbox, but from the paid Salesforce account, we can have options to create the sandbox. Sandbox is nothing but test environment. Okay, in companies we maintain two, one of the sandbox, QA, quality assurance testing team, they'll do the testing on sandbox. UAT means user acceptance testing. Maybe to explain to you, so let's say Infosys, right? Morally, let's say I'm Morally. I developed in Dev sandbox, right? But this test environment is nothing but from production it copy and create one environment. Okay. So here, let's say I worked for one requirement and after testing, moved here. So now QA means testing team, right? From Infosys, Pawan is the QA person, testing. That guy will do the testing. Everything is okay. That will be deployed to UAT. How to deploy? Slowly we'll understand. Okay, we'll also cover that. So in UAT, client side, right? That means Apple side. Okay, Apple company, they have some employees. Let's say Vera and Sonali. Those people, they do the testing. Okay, because ultimately they are for them only we are working, right? So once they are okay, finally it will be deployed to production. So that's the process we follow when we work. Okay, directly we don't work in the production. Okay, so now the question is how to create that sandbox, how to log into sandbox, how to deploy from one sandbox to other sandbox. We'll cover in detail. Okay, but in our next class, what I want to explain, I'll show you how to create a sandbox. And while creating the sandbox, there are different types of sandboxes: full copy, partial copy, and also developer pro. So what are those differences? All those things we'll discuss tomorrow, and we'll start taking requirements and work. Okay, so that's the plan. Okay, so I need to join other meeting after a few minutes, so I'm ending 5 minutes before. So tomorrow we'll discuss about these things. So any questions today before ending our session? Any questions, anyone?
Um,
Yeah,
Hi, Srini.
yeah,
So
hi.
you can use the Agile Accelerator as well instead of the Jira, right? I mean, it depends on the company, though.
Yeah. Depends upon the company. Okay.
Okay, but they both work
Jira,
the same.
yeah. So maybe Jira is one company, one tool. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe it can be like agility is one. Agility is one. This is also one of the tool to manage.
Okay.
I think it is it, okay. There are many other companies in the market. Okay.
To do this. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Shitu.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, actually, as you said, the opportunity table or the object you can create, uh, convert from the lead. Can we also like upload or import data from a Excel or Google Sheet directly to an object?
Yes, we can do that. So we have the topics for all those things. Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
my question is, if we do that directly, so
Mm.
the lead object will not be there for those cases which is directly imported to the opportunity. So, right? Am I right?
I mean, what exactly you want to load?
Like, for example, I have three records which
Mm-hmm.
I will directly import to opportunity. So in that case, some people are there, like for example, marketing people. They are working on the lead object, so they can view those things, those records in the lead table.
No. If you load into opportunity, they see in opportunity only, right? Why
Yeah.
are you referring to lead? Lead is different table. Opportunity is a different table.
Okay. I thought maybe because it will go to the process of converting to the lead and then to the
No,
opportunity. No need
no,
of
no,
that.
no. It won't do like. I mean, the process we need to follow. System
Uh,
don't know automatically, right? If you directly load into opportunity,
mhm.
system don't know, right? It should create campaign and lead and account contact. It cannot do like that. I mean, it's like the employee, whoever is dealing with that sales or marketing, they have to follow the process by using this application. Okay,
Yeah.
I understood your question. I mean, if you load into opportunity, the data will be there in opportunity, but it cannot start automatically from lead and
Okay.
all that process. Okay.
Okay. Done. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Srini.
Yeah. So, any other questions? No questions. Yeah. In case if you some people cannot ask questions in the meeting, okay, I will add you to WhatsApp group. You can ask questions there, or you can ping me in WhatsApp. Okay. Yeah. No other questions, then I'll drop and we'll continue tomorrow. Um, yeah. Yeah, for tomorrow, I'll share the instructions how to join the regular classes. Okay, so you can follow those instructions. Okay, and also tomorrow, development. First 1 hour admin regular class, second 1 hour development. You can join development for free for 3 days. Okay, so for that same meeting link, you can join. Okay, yeah. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. Thank you.